Hello, amazing people. So, today I wanted to talk about bullying and how it is just not okay in any way, shape, or form. One of the biggest things that has triggered this is that I have gone through a lot of bullying in my life. Amazing. But one of the biggest things with bullying is that it can be subtle. It can be very open, and it can happen in the workplace. It can happen anywhere. But one of the biggest things is that it's not needed. So let's break it down a little bit more. Bullying in the workplace is all about control. There's also bullying in relationships that's also about control. And then on top of that, and I'm sorry, my voice is a bit husky today, so if it does go out, I do apologize. But there's also the passive aggressive bullying from other people. So I want to talk to that a little bit more. Sometimes when people go through abusive relationships or even relationships that don't work and they leave that relationship, what happens is as they leave that relationship, everybody has an opinion. Everybody's got a thought on this. And with that thought, that opinion, people, for whatever reason, feel like they need to share it. And so they reach out. So, for example, I've recently had a complete stranger reach out to me. Now, being a business, yes, some of my contact details are public. I can't do anything about that. That is part of the law. It is part of what I've got to do. But it doesn't mean that I should be contacted by complete strangers and told that, ask questions about why am I supporting somebody that's been through abuse? Why am I supporting someone that's left a relationship when I don't even know this person? And I can support whomever I choose. I have supported a lot of strangers. Listen to them. I have supported them to speak up because they have a really amazing message. But to speak up, they might upset someone else. Does that mean that they should be bullied because they're speaking their truth? Should I be bullied for supporting them? No. Bullying in no way, shape, or form is okay. It doesn't matter whether it's a female being bullied or a male being bullied. It's not okay. But the big thing is around bullying and the psychology of it. And once again, I'm a coach, not a psychologist. So one of the biggest things around bullying is that it's about control. Let's control the narrative. Let's control what's being said. Let's control who's saying things. Okay, we all like to be in control of our life. Put your hand up if you don't want to be in control of your life. Like, seriously, we all want to be in control of our life. So when someone is being bullied, a lot of the time especially if it's passive, they get scared to speak up. So I was given an opportunity to speak up and share the information about what had happened, because one of the people I told got really angry and she said, you shouldn't be getting these phone calls. You shouldn't be getting this contact. And I said, well, let's have a think about it first. Let's think about, is this a battle that we want to fight? And then I said to her, well, look, I might do content on it. Like, let's talk about bullying. It's not okay. She said, whatever you need to do, whatever's right for you, which I really fully appreciated. So here we are doing this live, and maybe you're watching the replay. Either way, I would love for you to hit the like button, and if this resonates with you, then please share. So let's talk about it from a perspective of empowerment and identity. So the narrative often with the bully is they feel like they need to control absolutely everything that is said about them, that is the judgment, and there's often a lot of insecurity. Bullies are often very insecure, but they appear confident. They appear like, yes, I am in control. I will tell you how to behave. I will tell you who you can talk to. I will tell you how you're going to talk to everything. That's nice. But I have my own identity. And this is where identity gets lost. When someone is being bullied, they have to make a choice. Do I speak up as myself and maybe have the repercussions of that? Or do I say, you know what? Whatever. It's okay. So if you ever experience any bullying, the first thing I want you to do is ask yourself, do I need to fight this battle? Is this something that I need to defend, that I need to argue, that I need to put my case forward? Do I need to put energy into talking about this? Or am I happy to just go, whatever, you do your thing, I'll do my thing? When there is an emotional investment in a situation, such as a workplace, so your job, such as your relationship, and there's bullying, even subtle passive aggressive bullying, it's a little bit harder to go, whatever, that's just your opinion, you know, delete the comment or block the person or whatever. So there's all forms and shapes of bullying. But I'm going to remind you constantly, the bully is often feeling insecure, but they won't tell you that. Their bullying is controlling the narrative on all aspects of their life because they are dealing with something that they're not happy with, that they're challenged, that they're not feeling confident in themselves. Their identity, many bullies don't even know who they are. Maybe they should take my quiz. If you see, it's up the top there, there's a QR code. If you want to take the quiz, it's completely free. So if you have been bullied in the workplace, here's a couple of strategies and tools that you could actually apply to your life. Now, I've already said one. It's about, is this a battle that I want to fight? Is this a battle that I want to get into? Do I actually want to take this on? That's your first decision. Now, as you're making that decision, and I use this framework of having clarity around what the problem is, what the issue is, what the situation is. The next step is when you're thinking about that, it's all about, hey, if I take on this battle, if I take on this person or these people, what are the consequences for me? It could be I'm going to be barraged with even more content or conversations or comments that are just not true. It could be anything. What is it that is going to happen to me if I take this on? This is part of your clarity of making your decision. Now you decide that whatever the consequences are, you can handle them. It's okay. It's whatever. I know who I am. I'm good with who I am. I want to approach this person and say, what you're doing is not okay. I want to stand up for me. If that's the situation, then how do you approach the bully? Well, what you can do is approach them very calmly. You can say, let's discuss what the problem is. Why do you feel the need to tell me how to live my life? Why do you feel the need to, tell me that the job I'm doing isn't good enough? Why do you need to feel the need to be a bit snarky in meetings? Why? What is the problem? Now, the one thing about police is, outside of wanting to control their life, is that they often sit back and have a really good answer, which in the moment makes sense. It's like, well, I just thought that we were working as a team, or I just thought that this would look better. Remember, they can be quite charming. They're very similar to narcissists. In fact, a lot of bullies are narcissists. Okay, so now that you know that you're going to approach the bully, it's how you approach it and knowing that you can do this with confidence. And the next thing is having that certainty in your life that you did the best and you made the best decision at that time. Bullies don't like to be challenged. They don't like to feel inferior to anyone at all. It's all about how they appear, and they're looking for that external validation. That external validation that they can only get when they play the victim, because you'll be surprised at how many bullies actually play the victim as well to get that support, and then they get other people to do their work. Or they're going to say to people, "Oh, no, she's lying. He's lying. That's not true. That's not what I said." Or, "Look, this person's picking on me." And then it's a tangled web that they weave that you actually get caught in. So sometimes when you have a bully, when you have someone that's calling you up, and they're not even directly bullying you, it's like, "Hey, answer these questions. Why are you supporting this person? You know, why are you saying that such and such hurt somebody?" Or whatever it is. "Why are you doing this?" Well, really, who are you and what's it got to do with you? Now, there's times when your choice, when you have the bully, is that you will ignore them. You might just go, "Oh, they must be having a bad day," or, "I don't need to worry about that with this person. Whatever, they've said it, they can have their opinion. I really don't care." Now, for some bullies, because they haven't got the attention, they haven't got that dopamine hit, they haven't got what they wanted from you, they can try to escalate. But at the end of the day, if you take a step back and actually watch their behavior, they show their true colors. They can't help it because it's all about their attention. It's all about the attention on them. "Look at how amazing I am. Look, I've got 1 million followers and da 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 da. I'm really popular in the meetings because I get called upon." It's not just women that get bullied either. Sometimes women are the bully. Sometimes there are some men that actually, I knew a person who liked to be popular, liked to be, the the most popular person in the room. And when he wasn't getting attention from other people, he would, go and talk to somebody new who didn't know his story, who didn't know his behavior, get them on side, and then give them the woe is me story of, "Oh, she's being mean to me, she's nasty, she's this, she's that." Okay, cool, go for it. Look, bullying can do damage as well to your emotional health and well-being, and then that can affect your physical health and well-being. So it's always really important to go and seek that professional help and support if you are being bullied, for those really strategic approaches that you can have that work for you, where you are fully supported. You having that support is so important. Just, I can't emphasize that enough, because you deserve the right support. And you deserve, if you've been in a long-term relationship where there's a lot of bullying that's gone on, you deserve that support. I've been bullied in the workplace to the point where I left, because the bully always knew the game to play. And excuse me, and the biggest thing that for them was they were so scared of losing their job. And in the end, they did. But I shouldn't laugh, but it was kind of like, "Oh, okay." Now, if you're an empathic person, often you feel for people and you can see the other side of it. Now, when I work with people on their unique success code, we actually, and if you want to do the quiz, it's right up there in that QR code. It's absolutely free. So we take that primary personality profile and we take your secondary one as well when we work one-to-one, and we go through your unique success code, which gives you your blueprint at the end. So if you ever go through such a thing as bullying and conflict, you actually know how to handle it because you know yourself. And what happens is the more that you know yourself, the less opportunities for bullies to impact you mentally, physically, and emotionally. Now, while we're on this note of bullying and it impacting you, I have seen quite a few people that have big channels talk about being stalked. Now, I have personally been stalked, and yes, the person showed up at everywhere I showed up. I was getting my car and things checked for tracking. I was making sure certain things were off my phone so that there was minimal chance. But what happened was, because I was such a routine person, they were literally showing up and they were making their presence known. It wasn't the other way around where they were showing up to where they knew people were going to be. You would never find me show up if I thought my stalker was going to be in a certain place. Never. So one of the big things is that I went, okay, so this stalker is being a bully. They're trying to control my life. They there was a delusional, so there was a mental health problem with them, and they would sit outside my house, literally sit outside my house. There was times where they would tell people that we were in a relationship, so they should be able to get into the event that I was speaking at. Now, given that they were male and it was an all-female event, that didn't kind of go down well. But, and security was called a lot of times. They made death threats. And for ages, I kept saying, oh, I have to protect myself. I have to, like change this and change that and change up aspects of my life. And then I realized that I was running away. This was all about being an empowered woman. And my book, Empowered Woman, which is coming out soon, I was running away and I didn't want to run away. I didn't want to run away anymore because while I was running away, I was giving them my power. So I sat down, I went to see a psychologist and I said, how do I handle this scenario? How do I be me, show up where I am, not lose my identity, which I felt I had? And I'd been in a toxic relationship, so it felt like that impacted me as well. So we worked out some strategies. Now, you get to a point when you know yourself so well and you've gone through healing and you've faced this trauma and you've gone through the healing and you have the right people where you say, okay, this is who I am. And okay, I may attract bullies. I may attract people that think I'm mean or whatever. But one of the biggest things that I learned to do was ask myself, who is this person that's saying this? Do I know them? Do they know me? Like, what is it? And if it's just a bit of trolling, then I stop that. But stalking, which is a form of bullying, there's a big difference between stalking, like being stalked, and saying you feel your life is in, like you're fearing for your life. Getting my words around the wrong way, but you're fearing for your life. If you're literally fearing for your life that it's a physical threat, then where is that physical threat? So I've noticed that there's a few people that actually bullies themselves. So in my years, I've seen people that are bullies themselves, who bully other people, then turn around and go, oh my gosh, I'm being stalked. See, it's that switch from the bully to the victim to get the attention to then come back around and bully again. Watch people. The more you know yourself, The more you are empowered in being you, the more you go, you know what? Their behavior is not okay. I don't need it in my life. See you later. When you're not giving them the energy, it's similar to narcissistic behavior, which we talked about yesterday. And if you haven't seen that video, you can check that out. But the more you give them the power over you and your life, and the more you change your identity to suit them, the more you lose yourself and you lose your happiness and you lose your ability to really enjoy your life. So work out a way that is right for you with the right help and the right support to not give them any more of you than they've already tried to take. And they won't like it. So the one thing I will tell you is that when you're walking away from a toxic relationship and a bully, they will escalate. 9 times out of 10, they escalate before they walk away. Now, sometimes you need to get the law involved. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you can just block and it's done. It's finished. And remember, from the bully's perspective, you are the crazy one. You are the one that's doing wrong and you're the one that's hurting them. How dare you? How dare you destroy them? How dare you disagree with them? I'm sort of laughing because I want to bring it down a little bit. And also, if you're just capturing this part, you're like, oh, she's telling us off. So choose your battles. If you're facing it with a bully, if you've got a bully in your life, if you've got other people that are trying to bully you on behalf of someone else, stop, get the clarity of the situation, maybe talk it out with somebody. If you need to, bring awareness in. You know, there's been campaigns, I've been involved in campaigns where we're trying to bring change and people don't agree with the change that we're trying to bring. And so they're trying to intimidate us to not do it. I won't stop. When there is justice for people that are real victims, I'm talking real victims, then I will do what I can to support them. I will stand up for real victims of stalking, real victims of domestic violence and abuse, bullying, intimidation. I will stand up with them and for them. Why? Because when we come together to support each other, that's when we can make a difference. Now, obviously, I'm going to always be careful to not damage. They've got a pending court case or they've got pending something else going. We have to be strategic in how we do it. But I will always stand up for people that have gone through abuse and have got out of it and they're working on getting their life back in whatever capacity they can. I will be there cheering them on. Because bullying and violence is never okay. But the one big message I would love for you to take from this is that when you know yourself so well, it all comes back to your identity and your strength in you, your core person. Know you. Know yourself so well so that you can be yourself. And accept that not everybody's going to love it. Not everybody's going to be supportive of it, but your right people will be there with you. Those right people that believe in you. You know, the one thing I laugh about is a lot of people have said to me, go live, your content is really good, go live so we can interact. And it's funny because every time I go live and schedule it, I don't get anybody on the live, and that's okay. Because then it's streamed, it's done, and you can watch it in your own time. But I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button. I'd love for you to hit the like button if you're watching this on replay, because I'm bringing out more and more content on how you can live an empowered life. And this is just one aspect of it. Living an empowered life is about you being true to you and knowing yourself so well. Now, we also have coming out really, really soon, and depending on when you watch this, it should be live in May, is our Empowered Life membership. And that has so much content in there to empower you in every aspect of your life. Being a personal trainer, a weight management coach, an empowerment coach, a business coach, we cover all of that. But at the end of the day, I want you to know how amazing you are. And I will always continue to support people who have gone through trauma, have gone through bullying. I will support you the best I can to encourage you to know yourself so well that you can heal and move forward in your life. Bullying is not okay. And I'm just going to reiterate this. The bully is not feeling confident in themselves, and they're just looking for control. They're looking for control and external validation. That, like, there's a lot of trauma that they cause, a lot of damage they cause while looking for that. But at the end of the day, it's coming down to them wanting the external validation. And then when they've got people there giving them that, that gives them the confidence to be a bigger bully than what they probably were before. And bullies get bored. If you're not giving them the attention that they want, they get bored. Now, depending on your situation and your relationship with the bully, you can either just cut them off and block them, like I said earlier, or you can choose to ignore it. You may have to get authorities involved, whatever. I am recapping. But at the end of the day, bullying is never okay. So if you are being bullied, take a deep breath. If I've triggered you here where you're feeling a bit upset, that's okay. Take a few deep breaths. And I'd love for you to remind yourself a couple of things. The first one is, I am strong. I am strong. I am amazing. And I am worthy of the best in life. And breathe that in. I am strong. Now, you can choose, if you're choosing to leave the relationship, the work situation, make a plan. And surround yourself with people that, one, will keep it quiet, but two, that will support you with your plan. Without judgment, without criticism. You don't need judgment from other people. Right now, this is about your belief in you and knowing you. You can do this. You really can. So you take that breath and you remind yourself. And if it helps, close your eyes. I am amazing. And if you need to, do this at one of your favorite places, i.e. the beach, or in a safe cafe, somewhere that you feel safe and grounded. And then bring that in and say, okay, that person's behavior is not okay. I'm not giving them any more energy than I need to. So how do I move forward in a safe way? Remember, we talked about knowing and that clarity. Create your plan and have the people that can support you to implement it. As I said, I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but sometimes we need to hear this a couple of times. The confidence comes when you can be more of you. So grab whatever part of your identity that you still have left, your strength, your wisdom, your visionary, your ability to make people feel calm and relaxed, your ability to connect people, your love for life, whatever it is. Grab hold of it. Have confidence and use those traits to do the next bit, which is accept that this situation that you're in is not okay. Accept that it's going to take a bit to heal, and then leave when it's safe to. Your safety is first. Now, bullies, as I've said, they're looking for that external validation. They're looking for, I'm so important, I'm so amazing because all these people adore me. That's what they're looking for, because they don't know who they are as a person. You take all of that away from them. They don't know who they are. because it's all reliant on other people. That's why when I do these lives, I sit there and go, yeah, maybe 1 or 2 people watch, maybe some people will comment, but I don't need the external validation. I just keep on going and go, oh, well, the video's done. It'd be nice, but I don't need it. This is the point that I want you to get to. Bullies need it. I'll tell you right now, if a bully was doing this live right now and noticed that no one was commenting in chat, noticed that nobody was really watching, or maybe a couple of people were watching, but they weren't commenting, they would be like, I'm out of here. Or they would be trying to do something to get you to comment, to get you to engage, because it's more about them than it is about you. Whereas for me, my content's for you. When you're ready, take the time to heal. So when you leave that situation, wherever you're being bullied, when you block that person, don't talk about them anymore. If someone has been bullying you online and you block them, that's it, it's done. If you need to talk about it or continue the conversation, write it out, burn it. Don't give them any more time or energy. They've already taken enough from you. You give it to you. What I love about the work that I do right now is I get to help people connect to that blueprint of their unique success code. I love doing that work. Why? And I want to do it with I want to help as many people as possible have their unique success code. Why? Why do I want that? Do I want that for external validation? I want it for them. The more people I can empower to take back control of their life, the more people that I can inspire, that is beautiful. Because nobody deserves to be trapped. Nobody deserves to have their identity chipped away of being told that they're wrong. So bullies thrive on the external validation, and they don't like content like this unless it's for them. Because it's about empowering every single person, and the more empowered you are, the less a bully will impact your life. I'm not saying that they won't come in, and I'm not saying that stalkers won't come in. Yeah, depending on what you do, it is a strong possibility, but it's how you handle it, and how you handle it is by knowing you and connecting with your identity at such a strong level. So once again, clarity around what's going on. Is this a battle I want to take on, or is it not? Be you. Grab whatever part of your identity that you're still connected to. You can work on the rest later. Accept that it's going to be a challenge. Accept that this is, oh my gosh, but you're going to build up resilience. And don't give the bully or the stalker any more airtime than you need to. Because you don't need the external validation. It's the internal validation that's right for you. Your strength and belief in you. You've got this, you really do. From someone that's been stalked and bullied, I get it. It's scary to leave these situations, even though you know you should. But it's all about being this empowered woman or empowered person. And I'm here to walk with you as much as you would like to. That's why I build up all these resources and tools for people. Because the more you can be you, the stronger you feel in yourself, the more you get to enjoy your life, the more vibrant you become, the better your health is. Your nervous system, when you're in a bullying, toxic situation, your nervous system is going into overdrive. And the ability to exercise and the ability to eat right and the ability to be healthy and well is impacted. So the more you take back control of your life as you are ready, the more you do this, the less power the bully has of you, even while you're dealing with the situation. And having the right support is key. So guys, I'm going to leave it there for you. If you could hit this like button, that would be great. If you could share it, that would be even better. Thank you so much for watching.